My name is Tom Wright, and I'm a veterinarian, and I work with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, and I've been working for the federal government for approximately 20 years. The veterinarians at the Canadian Food Inspection Agency have a wide range of tasks. They're directly involved in food safety, in that they look at animals that are being sent for meat and determining that those animals are actually free from disease. Is because the Canadian public doesn't want to eat animals that were sick when they were taken to slaughter. We also have a lot of veterinarians that work directly with the industry to make sure that the diseases that could impact the health of the livestock or the poultry as a whole are not found in Canada. So for instance, avian influenza, foot and mouth disease, these are all diseases that would devastate our agricultural community, and veterinarians play a key role in making sure that those diseases don't get into the country, and if they do, that they're eradicated promptly. Other members, there's about 2,000 members of PIPs that work at CFIA, and they're involved in a lot of other things. In addition to food and animals, there's a lot of biologists and research scientists that are involved in making sure that plant diseases don't create the same problems by getting exotic diseases into Canada. Canada is a largely agriculture-based country, and every Canadian relies on agriculture as part of our livelihood. In addition, of course, we all consume agriculture products because that's what keeps us healthy. And so we have researchers that are, who work developing testing protocols and procedures to test for diseases, to test to make sure that the food is safe to eat. And these are tests that wouldn't otherwise be done. So it's not something that if the government of Canada doesn't do, others will just pick up and do it, because there would be no profit in looking for diseases that we don't have in Canada. For example, when there's new animal diseases that might impact on the health of Canadians, we actually have a dual role, because take, for instance, H1N1 or the avian influenza or the swine flu issues. Those are important both to the health of the animals or the poultry, and they're also important because zoonotic diseases, or diseases that spread from animals to people, are important. We've seen worldwide deaths from the avian influenza being spread to people in other parts of the world, and the professionals at CFI are the people that are going to help keep that out of the country or minimize the impact if it does arrive here. Similarly with food, people are quite familiar in Canada with listeria due to the unfortunate deaths of people mainly in Ontario, but we have professionals whose job is to ensure that there's policies and procedures in place so that that doesn't happen again in the future. Now people are also aware that there's a lot of imported foods are coming into this country. So melamine years ago was a chemical that people didn't associate with food. They associated it with their kitchen countertops or their paint. And unfortunately, it found its way into food, and it ended up killing a bunch of pets, and that caused some serious problem. And then subsequently, months or years later, it shows up in baby formula because it had gotten into milk products. So without the professionals in place, the country would not be protected. The professionals at CFIA, they take their work very personal, because as not only are they regulators of the food, they're consumers of the food. So this is something that's very dear to their hearts. So it's really important to them that they get their job right. And while there may be other challenges out there like economics and political decisions that may have some impact on the final decision, they do their best to make sure that they get the science right and present that to the decision makers in a way that they're going to be able to understand.